Hello everyone and welcome to the Canadian Grand Prix weekend. It is time for another weekend of racing. But you guys might be surprised. Well, there's no Formula 2 at Canada. When we signed over at Australia, we said we'll see you in Brazil, which is meant to be next week. So we will see you in Brazil. But we have got a one-off special event for the Porsche Mobil 1 Supercup, a Canada 100. This should be wild and incredible action. Basically kind of like Le Mans. So yeah, no Formula 2 action this week. That'll be back for a double header. We've also got Germany is around, so I guess we get to bring you that news as well. So yeah, you might be a bit surprised that we're here, but we're not here to broadcast F1. Their official practice session is taking place directly behind us and around this circuit. For anyone interested in the plans, there we go. As Harrison roars through, and Harrison with a 54.3. Oh, it's looking close, my word. Looking close. Very quick lap times, and we get close to a 1 minute lap time in these cars, I believe, from what we've heard. Someone might be able to even beat a 1 minute lap time depending on how fast the cars are. We haven't been able to see that, but we'll work that out tomorrow when we will have qualifying, I believe. I'm unsure if qualifying will be broadcasted. We'll work that out tomorrow because I'm also commentating a 24-hour event, which I will have zero sleep after. So if I do make mistakes throughout the weekend, then I think you know why. I've got a very busy weekend. It seems like I'm already starting to make some mistakes as well. But yeah, how this Porsche Supercup event is going to work is we've got 4 cars for one team, one livery basically, 2 drivers for each. We were going to do 3, but unfortunately it doesn't work that way. So this is also for the drivers. But yeah, we couldn't do 3 because there wasn't going to be enough, and there was only going to be 2 teams then, which is quite boring, especially if they're separated by 2 minutes or something crazy and wild like that, which can happen in a race like this. Now, let me show you how the switching and all of it will work. So, for example, driver 1, it is time to get the Canada 100 underway. That's what it's called. We'll get the Canada 100 underway. Okay, we'll go to the grid. We're not going to actually go to the grid right now because there's an F1 official practice session that is taking place, so we don't want to interrupt that. But yeah, for example, let's pretend we have the grid over here. The game lagging slightly a little bit momentarily. There we go. So let's say we have the grid right over here. Into position we go. And then we go racing. We get underway. And then, let's say, after 50 laps, it's time to hand over to our teammate. Gotta be careful not to be walking in the path of any other cars. There we go. The game lag not being helpful at all right now. Bit of a random lag. But yeah, so you can see, the car disappears now. Usually, in endurance, usually in Le Mans, you'd switch, you just be in the same car, you just switch driver. It's not possible with these cars disappearing. What we then do is we've got 3 other cars with 2 drivers. So if you're doing 50-50, here's your car all the way till the checkered flag. And unless any other teams want any other switches, then that is that'll be that one and only stop and change. However, we've got 2 extra cars for that reason. If maybe someone, let's use a scenario, for example, Pal starts the race. This is just a scenario, by the way. Pal starts the race. Notes take over, but then Note finds out there is not as much pace in him that Pal has. Then what Pal could do is take over back for the final few stages, and that would be a third swap, which means that you'd get in this car, you'd bring it all the way to hopefully the checkered flag, unless they want to switch again, which you've got a Ford car. But also, most likely, no one will be using that. These 2 extra cars, if you're just having if you just have 2 drivers and you're just having a little swap, these 2 extra spare cars are critical because, let's use the final one as well. If you are going out on the circuit and you accidentally, if the game lets me, well, yes, let's say you're having bad Wi-Fi like this, game lagging. Oh, accidentally jumped out of my car, or you disconnect. Then you've still got some spare cars. Now, in my case, I've used all 4 for different examples. But yeah, I did the exact same with these 2 cars. So you would have 2 left. But then, for example, if you need the 3rd, if you need the 4th, then that is how it works. But yeah, it should be an exciting weekend. Now, how the teams work are you've got Bella and Harrison. They are one team. Don't know what car they're driving. We've got Pal. And also we have Note in one team. The example I used, they'll be driving in this car, the USA team car. And then no confirmation on what team Jaden is going to be driving, so we'll work that out along with whoever else is going to be racing. So Jaden's still needing a teammate, but that will be exciting to see whether he can find it, and it will be surely an exciting weekend. Now, talking about the circuit, it is a very exciting circuit. Very, very exciting. This is where the race, of course, will be getting underway. We can't do too much on the circuit, as, of course, we have Formula 1 out there right now. But, yeah, it will be very, very exciting all the way through. Should be some exciting racing, hopefully from the start. And then if they do maybe if the gaps do start to form, hopefully they will close back in the final stages, and we'll be able to continue with the amazing action. But, yeah, Porsche Supercup looks exciting, seems exciting. And it's great to have it back. We did a race here at Austria where we're not going to show any footage from, because the footage recorded is from a band member for being racist. So we do not condone that at PRL. So that means that we're not going to use any footage from that. We'll create our own footage this weekend, and you'll be able to use that. But yeah, we've had some racing. Lots of drivers enjoyed it, but we don't really want to create this into a full championship. I feel that. And I think a lot of people feel that Formula 2 is enough. It does make the weekends more crazy. Formula 2 is meant to be that special thing other than Formula 1. If we're adding too much, then there won't be enough time. There won't be the same energy. Drivers will then start lacking in, for example, Formula 1. So it's not the most fun. So I think using Porsche cars for a fun one-off event, or even if you're going to do 2 or 3 fun events a season, then that absolutely does work, and they're perfect machinery to do it in. That's what the drivers will be using this weekend. Excited for them to return, and exciting to see how the weekend is going to play out on this absolutely incredible circuit that is here at Montreal. And there won't be, of course, any red flags. It will be safety cars, it will be slow zones. We won't be having any of that, and most likely if everyone does use all 4 cars, then most likely it will need to be a retirement from them. We're not going to probably lobby restart or do any thing like that, as basically that is then a red flag, which is not going to be happening here in the Canada 100. So we hope to be bringing you exciting weekend of action from the Porsche Super Cup, and we'll see you tomorrow, hopefully for qualifying. If not, we'll see you on Sunday for the race at 3 p.m. when the action here at Montreal begins in the Porsche Mobil 1 Super Cup. And here to also end the show is Harrison as he goes through, and also coming to take a look at the timing pages as they get their F1 practice session underway and their F1 weekend going. We'll be back to do it tomorrow. As I mentioned, I've decided to now do 2 outros to this one. But yes, we will see you tomorrow when the Porsche Mobil 1 Super Cup returns.